What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're up in the shop. We're going to work on my backpack blower today. Primer bulb broke on it, so did the backpack straps. This blower lived, it never spent the night on my lawn mowing trailer, but it lived on my lawn mowing trailer for years, out in the sun, out in the UV light. And the backpack straps finally, I guess, got brittle enough that they broke, so I bought some brand new OEM Echo backpack straps to get put on that thing. And then we're going to go ahead and replace the primer bulb because it cracked and broke. So make a little video on how you can replace that if you have one and it's broke. Also, we'll probably go ahead and do a little bit of a tune-up on it, you could say. Quite a while back, HIPA, H-I-P-A, Hippo, however you pronounce it, they sent me a bunch of different parts for some different things I have around here. One of them was this chain for a 20-inch bar. We'll see how well it works. At some point, I'll throw it on the 290 or something. They sent that. They sent a bag of spark plugs. That's for the Echo. It's a HIPA brand, BMP 7C. So we'll see. They also sent a box of air filters for like my smaller stills. So I should have plenty of air filters for a while on that. And then they sent an entire bag full, hopefully you guys can see that, of air filters for the backpack blower. So we'll go ahead, replace the air filter in it. Last I ran that backpack blower, I didn't have any issues with it. But last time I tried to start it, the primer bulb broke and the backpack strap finally, one of them let go. The left one let go quite a while back. Well, the right one finally let go here recently, so kind of got to have backpack straps for your backpack blower. But this blower, yes, it's dusty. It ain't been used in a while. But this blower, I've had great luck with. This has been a very good blower. Again, I used it for a lot of years. That was my main blower, and it worked fine. Zero issues with it. This thing could sit all winter. Prime it a few times, choke it, turn it on, and a few pulls and it was going to fire up. And it's always been that way. I bought this thing brand new. Today, we need to show it some love, give it a little upkeep. I mean, it's, at the time of this recording, it's mid-January, mid to late January, so I don't know. We'll be using it in the spring, blowing out flower beds and stuff like that around here. Let's have a little fuel oil around the air filter. It's okay, we're going to replace it with a new one. And if you're curious on the actual Echo ID number on this filter, it is 1560641-722. Well, this may need to be off anyways. I've never actually replaced the primer bulb on this, so I don't know, we're gonna learn as we go. Okay, these bolts so far, they are a T27 Torx. I'm gonna go ahead, pull this cover off right here. Looks like we got a bolt up here, bolt right here, maybe one right here, and then these two right in here. That may mount the carburetor. Very good possibility. And then this last bolt right here, I believe is going to be it. And I don't know. I hadn't done this before. I'm just taking stuff apart until we get down to it. This may not need to come off at all. Missed one. Right back in here. Through this long slotted hole. That'll make our life a lot easier. This is also attached. Okay, so just from what I'm seeing, I don't think this is the correct method. I'm pulling out on this and there's a cable and a little knob around there. This is also attached to this down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff back on, and then I think we'll try to just take this cover off if we can to get to that primer bulb. That's the new game plan. There may have been somebody out there that's done this already, yelling at the computer or their phone. Let me know how much I didn't know, which I will tell you how much I don't know. That's a lot. We're just trying to figure this out. And this screw, that don't need to go in there. Any of these screws that go through this back cover don't need to go in there. So I do need to try, that screw's still hanging there. Go ahead and get it put back in. Okay, note that bolt did have red Loctite on it, so we'll put red Loctite back on it when we put it back together. This one feels like the same. Yep, red Loctite. One more down here at the bottom. Okay. Nope, I think we're gonna have to take the recoil starter off. That's okay though, that's 4 more bolts. These had green Loctite on them. I don't know if I have any green. I've got blue and I've got red. Yeah, every one of these bolts has been a T27. Okay, there's the recoil starter. So now will this thing come off? No, because I still got one more bolt right down here, right back here. So these are all the bolts. These are the 4 green ones came out of the recoil starter. These are the red ones that came out around it, and then all of those. There's definitely enough bolts in this thing holding it together. There it is. Finally, the cover of 1,000 bolts. Okay, so let's see the primer bulb. It's done for. Let me look at my new one. So my new one is just the bulb itself. There's part number, Walbro. So I need to try and get this ring off without totally destroying everything. So let me get a small little pocket screwdriver, see if we can start working that plastic ring off. Oh yeah, that's what I do, I break things. Huh, okay. Well, this video is about to be halted until I get the entire thing. Really don't like this. Does it? I don't know why they would sell me just the primer bulb. Sell me the whole thing. I don't want to. Chances are you're going to break this. Almost everyone I've ever taken apart like that, I broke it. But now, since it's broke, I kind of want to go ahead and finish taking this apart to see Yep. It came off. Nice and easy. But that's not going to sit in there anymore. So I pried on the wrong spot, basically. There's the primer bulb. Well, that actually would have been fairly easy if I would have not destroyed it. Let's just see how it fits. Actually, okay, we're just gonna go with it for now. I don't want to run all the way back to town. They gave me the wrong size. That is not the right part. My Echo dealer needs to do a little better job. But I have some other primer bulbs. Let me go grab one of them, see if one of those is the closer size. Okay, I did find another one, same size as that one. That came from my aunt. I got an assortment of these things from her a while back. Okay, that is there. Let's poke this on. It should snap. Maybe. Or did I break it too? Yes, I do not like this design. I'd rather spend a few more dollars and replace the entirety of it. Okay, I am going to attempt to get this thing together. Alright, well, we will finish this video later because I'm going to go get the entire assembly from the dealer. That is a huge pain. These need to be a little easier serviceable item. With the fuel that they have out nowadays, it is fairly common to have to mess with some of this stuff. Well, we'll be back when I get this new part. Okay, we are back. That was a quick trip to town. That is the actual part number, Oregon 07-088. Has a little piece of fuel tube in it and the primer bulb itself. He refunded me the other primer bulb, so this I think ended up costing me $1.99. That was at my local dealer. Let me see, I got the receipt here. It was $6.12 originally, $6.12. See that? So now we can get this thing put back together. I'm not going to mess with the fuel line just yet. These ones, they don't feel awful. I mean, that's still pliable. So we'll just do it as is for right now. Okay, let me get this pushed up in here. Let me put a little fuel in there. Let's make sure this thing works. About time for me to mix up some more gas. This is 40-to-1 Schaefer's oil. That's enough. Okay. Let's just see. Yep, it's working. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this put back on. Then we'll get the backpack straps replaced. And I think we'll be done with this project. Make sure it starts and put a new air filter in it. It's an NGK plug. Go ahead and pop that plug out. Just have a look at it. Using my stihl scratch with a Torx bit on the end. It doesn't look awful. A little bit of carbon up on there. Looks like it may be a little rich. Let's go ahead and get all this popped back on. This is just going to be the reverse order you took it apart in. And actually, now that we're looking at this, that recoil starter could have stayed on here. That did not need to come off. All the bolts around it did. So, just so you know, you do not have to remove this to take this off. Well, we're learning as we go. I'm just getting them all started. I'll do a final tighten on all of them once I get them all in. All the bolts are in, so let's go ahead, put a new air filter on, put that cover back on, then we'll swap out the backpack straps. This is the one from HIPAA. This is the factory one. They look about the same, so should work for us. Okay, now we're ready for the backpack straps. So it looks like probably gonna be the same, T27. Yep. Loosen both of these up here. And take them out. Okay, there's one. And the second one. Now there is nuts on the inside. There's a little nylon locking nut that goes in there. Okay, now that the straps are off up here, there's a couple push pins on each strap. So here, we're gonna take all them out. Then we can get this strap undone, I believe. Yeah, that strap pokes through here. Let me show you. This strap that goes over, it pokes through right here. So once we get some of this tension off of here, get us some room, we'll poke that strap back in there, move that over to the side, kind of like I'm doing with my finger. You might be able to do it now. And get it poked out of there. Yeah, we'll get these push pins out of the way. 2 here, 2 there. These should just take a little flat-headed screwdriver. The new straps do come with new push pins, so you don't have to worry about messing these ones up. Okay, there's one. There's 2. So there's the push pin. See if I can get the rest of this one out. Got it. Like I was showing you. Pull this piece out. I think we might have to maybe turn it sideways to get it all the way out. Just like that. Same deal. Tuck the strap in there where we get a little bit of slack. I'm just going to kind of fold it sideways and get it out of there. Okay, and the last part, you see this strap, that's part of the one that was broke. Got that one there. This one over here is still connected. This one will just pull through like so. But this one over here, we can't do that. Same as the other. Just kind of get it in here kind of sideways. Get the strap there. It's going to come out of that hole. So we're just going to poke it through and get it kind of where it'll go through. And there it is. Okay, and the new straps. There's the part number for the new straps. Right there. If I can find any of this stuff on Amazon. I'll leave links to it. So there's the straps. Right up here you see the push pins. Little different style push pin. These are more of the reusable style. There's those. So we'll just start down here at bottom where we just finished. And poke this thing kind of through sideways, just like that. That one's in. Now pay attention to these straps. You can see they come up and kind of go out. That's to go up around your neck and everything, around your shoulders. So you don't want it over here where it's going to be cutting into you. Okay. Okay, now we'll take the strap, kind of hold it up where it goes. This is going to bend around. See? And it's going to hook in right here where those other push pins came. So your other little strap is right up here. We're going to go ahead and poke that through first. And there's no adjustment on this either. So that's what you get. Just make sure everything's not twisted. Get it lined up down here. It'd be nice if you could go straight in with it. Not really enough room for your fingers back in there, but we're getting it. Okay, just like so. Now we'll take the push pins, put them in here. Ones they sent us. That goes in there. We'll get it in here in a second. That one's in. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay, well, those are stiff. Okay, that one's in. Okay, and that last step, take this. We got our locking nut and put it back up in here. Put this up here and start my bolt through it. You just have to hold this nut in here until it gets started. And then tighten it up. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side over here and we'll be back. It really wasn't that bad of a job. If I had the right parts to begin with, that would have helped. And if I knew exactly how to take this thing apart, it really would have been a fast job. But hopefully you learned from my mistakes, know which bolts you need to take out, and what part you need to replace the primer bulb. And backpack straps, these should last quite a while because I don't mow professionally anymore, so this thing ain't gonna be out in the sun that much. So this should last a long time. But this thing ain't been started probably in about a year now, so let's go ahead, get this thing fired up and just see how it sounds. And that's on. I don't remember if it chokes up or down. I think it's up. This thing's always been a few pulls, fires up, take it off. But like I said, it's been probably a year since this thing's ran. took it outside, let it warm up a while, kind of blew some of the snow we have left around. But honestly, wasn't a hard job. If I'd had the correct parts to begin with, would have made life a lot easier. But hopefully this video will help somebody out there, and you can replace the primer bulb or the backpack straps yourself. But anyways, everyone, if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.